Hey, what's up there, YouTube? Someone asked me why I believe in God. And I said, why don't you believe in God? Right back at him. Because everywhere I look, I see God. See this tree in front of this car right here? See the leaves on the tree blowing in the wind? To me, that's God. That's God whispering to us. You don't need to see things, or you just got to believe in your heart. God's real, and as time goes on, you'll see. Yeah, God's everywhere. He's all around us. He's part of everything. He created everything. Here's the deal. The tree I just showed you, leaves blowing around. That's God's plan on how to restore the oxygen in our environment. He made that tree. The elites, they don't want oxygen for us. They bitch about carbon, CO2. Well, that tree lives off of CO2, and in return, it gives us oxygen. That's the balance of God. God made everything on this green earth in balance, and man came along and is trying to mess with it. I think of it like this: carbon atom. Man's made out of carbon, 90 some odd percent of water, some other chemicals there. The deal is that the carbon that they're trying so hard to get rid of, the carbon footprint crap that they're trying to preach at you, basically saying they want to get rid of human beings in my book. But here's the deal: the trees, the grass, it's all here for a reason, because God wanted it here, because God's trying to do something with us, each and every one of us. And that upsets the devil. The devil wants us dead and gone or out of the way, and he's going to re-engineer, socially engineer society, whatever he deems worth letting live here, which will be like transgender or whatever. And he's going to kill off anybody that worships God or, will bow to God. God's the only one you should be bowing to. And yet, every day, all day, we pick up false idols, every one of us, and not even realize it. When you put more concern into the things that you own, as if that's your importance, you know what? You can lose everything. But once you lose everything, you'll get closer to God. God is the one thing they can't take from you. They'll try like heck to get you to give up on them. Don't give up on God. Hang tough. When the going gets tough, you got to get going. You got to get tougher. That's what I meant to say. It's just a matter of they're trying to wear us down, and things are happening for a reason and a season, and you just got to get through the season. And hold up. And even though these might be the lean years where we don't have much left, everything's going to get taken away one by one by one. Our friends, our family, everything. Don't let them take God from you. God will restore all. Look at the book of Job. Job went through heck and got it all back. He got everything back. God had taken times 10. He got it back. I had a year ago went through the hardest time of my life. Actually, a year and a half ago, it started. Actually, well, it started around my birthday. I guess when my younger brother, I took care of for 20 years. He had mental illness and ended up getting cancer and was diagnosed on my birthday. And for a solid year, we went through hell. I felt like I was going through the chemo with him. He's still alive. He made it through. He had lymphoma, actually. And, but everything in my life got torn to shreds. I was trying to hold down a job and taking him back and forth to all his appointments. And I can't, it's just a lot of stuff happened. And said he had mental illness. He eventually started going bonkers because not only did they have to take him off his meds that he was on for 20 years, he had to deal with the chemicals that were given for the cancer, and it fried his brain a lot worse than ever. Anyway, I don't want to go too deep on that. I lost everything. I had to move. He totally, and we had issues with the house I was living in, and the landlord was kind of a slumlord, you know. He didn't take care of the stuff, and it was 100-year-old house, and my brother had a meltdown, flipped out on me, and I had to call the cops. And what ended up happening the very next day when I was at work, I don't know how or why, but he was sitting on the front steps, and what do you call it? There's a word for it. House inspection, uh, license and inspection, I guess it was, guy coming around. They call it something different down here. It's Pennsylvania's license and inspection. Well, there was all kinds of stuff wrong with the house. And at the time, I'm trying to help my brother. Had a lot of financial difficulty on me. I've been doing this since my mother passed away 20 years ago. Told her she could go. I had his back. Little did I know that it was going to take everything out of my life. Everything. I have nothing left there. I mean, I had physical things. All my friends were gone. No real relationship at that time. Here and there, sporadically, and just felt like everything. So I had lost just about everything. I said that 3 or 4 times, but what happened was, it was probably the worst time in my life, but in a way, might have been the best time, because God had to strip all that stuff, that superficial things away from me to get to the real me. I don't know if I can even explain it to you. You're going to have to go through your own season of pain, because that's the only way. Pain is gained in the long run. You go through it and you get stronger. And so even though you may lose everything, God will restore everything eventually, and maybe even better than before. One thing I was saying about carbon atom, thought it was awful interesting that a carbon atom is made up of 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, 666. And in the Bible, it talks about the number of man, the number of the beast is 666. The number of man is 6, I believe. Basically, what it's saying is we're fallen from grace. I believe God's number is 7. The devil tempted us early on, and we fell from grace. Adam and Eve, or however it happened. If it happened exactly like they said, was there an Adam and Eve? I don't know. There was some original sin that maybe it's an allegory, I guess you call it, or whatever that you're talking about. But anyway, what I'm saying is that the elites, I'm going back to the thing with the elites, the WEF, for instance, Klaus Schwab saying, you'll lose everything and you'll be happy. He means that in an insulting way. He's going to take everything. He doesn't realize that this is how great of a God we have. God's going to let him do that for your victory. In the long run, he's thinking he's got the victory, and it's going to be snatched out of his hands, out of the devil's hands, because that's who this guy's working for. And they're trying to take everything. And in reality, they're the ones that are really worshiping the physical world. I mean, because they have all this stuff, they think that makes them important. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. I had to lose everything to realize on a whole different level what I'm talking about. And you probably think, this guy's making 0 sense. Wait until your time comes when you got to go through that. It's life-changing. And each and every one of us will go through it. And especially now, it's end times. God's waking up the masses as best he can, as quick as he can, however he can. Some people are just not going to wake up. They're going to not care, to their detriment. They're going to be in trouble. I don't know what else to say other than sometimes loss is gain. And I've gotten way off the subject. I was talking about a tree originally, if you remember, and how it's part of the ecosystem and it's something God designed. And it's just one more thing they're trying to take out of balance. Literally, the other day, Bill Gates was coming up with some experiment he's doing with some of his rich colleagues from some university, and they're literally taking dead trees and burying them deep in the ground for whatever reason. I guess they're claiming that's giving off too much CO2 and other gases as it rots on the ground. And I don't even understand what they're. In reality, it's balance. They keep messing with balance. He also recently, Bill Gates, released millions of mosquitoes, playing God again, to try to stop the plague of mosquitoes that they were having. They might be having them because God deemed that important at that moment in that time. And who are we to mess with God's plans? Up to a point, God may let people do things that need to be done to save humanity, but I don't believe for a second that that's what these people are doing. They're all selfish motivation. They're not looking out for you and me and the average person. They're making billions of dollars. They're keeping us as slaves to the pharmaceutical companies and all this other stuff. That's why they want us getting 50,000 boosters. They are no good. What they're doing is no good. So anyway, what I was trying to get at, and getting way off the point again, is things happen for a reason, and the whole thing with nature right there in front of you, right in front of your face, you can see God. Like I was saying, it's the wind blowing in the trees, could be God whispering to us, promise of oxygen for another day. And that oxygen came to us because the tree's giving it off. It's moving around and whatnot by other wind that's blowing. But the thing is it's so deep, it's hard to explain what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I've been there, and I've been through some tough times recently, and I've lost everything, and it wasn't easy. And even though I lost everything, and the WEF is, Klaus Schwab guy was saying, you'll lose everything and you'll be happy. Yeah, now I am, because it opened my eyes. So yeah, I am happy in a strange way, and eventually I will be, because all these false idols we hang on to, all the brand new things that we buy, even this freaking new jacket I got. I like the jacket. I wore it today. It's probably too warm. But the point being is, it's all going to pass away, but your soul won't. So stop valuing your things and value you, and believe in God. So my brother ended up, the state is taking care of him. I still occasionally see him. I took him up to Lancaster the other day. So it's easier and better on me. It was too much. It was taxing me big time. So yeah, things have gotten better, and I'm just saying that you don't know until you go through hell. I went through a lot of years of hell, and what doesn't destroy you only makes you stronger. Um, but I tell you what, was one hell of a ride. One hell of a ride, man. Can I get off this roller coaster already? Holy smoke! Yeah, it's been tough. Let me just say that. But again, here I am on YouTube telling my life story to thousands of people, and I don't give a shit. I don't really give a shit. I mean, I don't mean it like that. I mean, I don't. A lot of people be embarrassed. Not me. I don't care. I've already seen that all this is passing away, and that every single person out there is going through their own same damn things. And we're all trying to put a false front on. Here's the deal. It ain't going to matter pretty soon. We're being stripped down of everything to get to the core of who we really are. And that's what God wants to get to. It's like when you take a lump of coal and make a diamond out of it, you got to put intense heat and pressure on that before it becomes valuable. And that's what's happening to each and every one of us. God has reason for putting us through the things we're going through. We don't understand it, but you know what? I guarantee you that's what's happening. So it is what it is. Now I notice I've been talking and talking and talking. I got to get off here. I'll see you soon, YouTube. Have a good one.